I think that we can get us some seeds saved here today. Just a few seeds. Whew. Yes, sir. And the seeds we're saving today is going to be a few okra seeds. Okra. Yes, sir. This is red okra. I tried. I cannot remember what that other was over. I can't remember the name of it, but it was green, and I mean it produced a lot. It's not producing now. It just kind of slowed down. But I mean, this when you prune it, it kind of stays pruned down at the bottom. It'll grow straight up. I guess if you left them joints coming out when it's young, they'd come on and make branches. But I like this because it grows, the stalk plant, it grows straight up. It's not very big stalks like that green over there. Anyway, let's not get into describing what it does. I'm just saying I like this better. This gets bigger. It can get bigger and stay tenderer. That green okra over there that I've got, it's like I say, I don't know the name of it. Don't even know the name of this now. It's a purple okra, which it ain't nothing purple about it when it gets cooked, you know. But anyway, this is my favorite. And the reason I say that is because the okra over there, I had to plant them like, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet apart or something because they bush out. And I prune them as I gather them, you know, the leaves off. But this grows straight up. It grows straight up. So what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to plant next year if everything goes as planned. And I'm going to plant them thick. I want them thick, like a hedge through there. We'll see how that works. But today, what we're going to do is we're going to try to save us some seeds. And it's pretty simple to save. You just grab one of them ribs and start pulling. Just lift that rib up, and them seeds will most of the time roll right out of there. I'm sure some of these is not going to be, you know, some of these probably I may have got them a little early. And we just going to try to pull these out of here. Simple to do. Just roll them right out like little marbles. It wouldn't hurt. You could have left these in there. I could have left them in for, you know, longer. Let them dry right here. But, and I won't do all these because I've got a bunch of them. But I'll get several out. Lord have mercy. 1 pod or 2 of this, the seeds in 1 or 2 pods is probably all a person would need. I don't know what the lifespan is on these. Now there's some little ones that's not ready. I mean, that hadn't got pollinated, I guess. I try to get them out as I go. You know, it's pretty simple to do stuff like this. Save your seeds. About anything you grow, you can save your seeds from. Now these has got little, I don't know what you'd call, they're not viable. They're not viable. So I just, you know, just kind of get them out of there. You can get them out now or later. It don't matter a bit. You can see where they're starting to crack open on their own. That's kind of the ones that's telling you, you know, chestnuts is falling, still a falling. It's like I say, some of these is not even black yet. I guess they'd go ahead and blacken up. I don't know. The ones that's white, I'm not going to save them. I just ain't going to do it unless I have to. You know, I've got to try everything here, like I'll eat an okra seed or whatever. But you can save your seed, just like I said, from about anything that you grow, and it's a good thing to do. Not complicated at all. Just save your seed. I've got some down in the bottom of this. If I could dig them out, they're going to be the driest ones, and that's the ones, because they've been in here a while. See, like that one right there. That one right there, they'll get light as a feather. And just like I say, I'm going to let these dry out. I'm just going to do them, the driest ones I've got here today. And I'll let these finish curing, because I just harvested these yesterday or the day, maybe it's the day before. They need to finish curing and drying here. So that's what we'll do. We'll let these cure because they're still a little damp. Now these right here, here's a little one, a little okra, and them seeds in that little one's as good as the big one. But you can see now how this fall right out of there, out of them dry ones. Yes, they do. I tell you, you wring that a little. That's got a little moisture in it. That one does. I'm sure that they're probably ready though. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Just roll them seeds right in there. And it's like I said, it don't take much. I mean, for personal use. But I've got them, and I'm gonna probably save all I can from them. You never know, what the things has in store for people. So go ahead, save your seed, get you some seed saved up. Might be a wise thing to do. If you grow a garden, I mean, I'm just saying, it don't hurt to do this. It's simple, very simple. Just takes a minute or two. Just pull them apart, them seeds fall right in that bowl. Them chestnuts is flopping the ground over there, boy. That's good. That is good. See, that's dry. Twisted a little bit. Like that. Just open them up. They'll fall right in there. Yeah, boy. I didn't like the looks of them at all. When I did, I'll go through them. I won't leave them in there. No. I don't think I will anyway. The best seeds is the ones that's in that thing right there because they stayed on the vine longer. These has been off, a couple weeks longer, I guess, than the ones in the basket. I don't know. All I know is you dry your stuff, let your seeds dry a little bit, and then get them out of there. And see, they'll dry. These seeds will dry. They'll keep drying, curing out. And they'll do it better laid out here where the air can get to them. But I'll leave them till they get bone dry. Because I'm in no hurry. I'm in no hurry. There ought to be some good ones in this. It should be. Let's put it that way. So now these ain't matured, but they will. They'll dry on out. These was pulled a little prematurely, but they'll still grow, I would assume. If they don't, we'll know next year, won't we? But we'll have both kinds. I've done this before like this. You think, well, them seeds ain't black. They still grow. They'll go ahead and cure out. They will. And if they don't, we'll remember it next year, won't we? I've got one over here, and I made a video a while back of planting onions in that raised bed over there. And I think I just don't know. I'm still, I've grown onions for years. But the thing of it is, most of the time we'd buy the slips or the little sets. And of course I've planted for years too, seeds. And it seems like I just never could have much luck with the seeds. Of course I'd grow the seeds, and this year I growed them and planted them in the garden. But now I didn't have very good luck with any onions in the garden this year. I don't know. So as simple as it is growing an onion. But I made a video of me planting those onions. I think it was something maybe for a fall harvest or something. Onions in a raised bed. Anyway, it's there if you want to watch it, if you've not watched it. But I'm bumfuzzled. Those onions that I planted in, and I planted several, that whole little raised bed is full of them. And I've been watching them, and there's not one onion that's come up so far, not one. And maybe they do have to go through some cold weather. I didn't put these in the freezer. I just had these laying in my room drying. And I got to thinking, well, I'll just go ahead and plant them. They'll come on up. They're dried out. But I would assume that might be the problem. But now you take onions and lay them out. A lot of times they'll start sprouting. It could be that they didn't go through no cold cycle, stratification or whatever they call that. But not one of them darn things has come up. Now here is probably an ounce of okra seed. And there's a lot of them in there, and I just don't like the looks of. Them. No, there's some in there that don't like the looks of them. But anyway, we'll put them back in here. Maybe lose some of that chaff is coming off there in the process. But now, again, not one onion has come up in that bed. I'm not too worried about it. You know, they will probably, if it cools off in time, they'll probably come on and, they'll probably make it till spring and come up next spring if something don't eat them or they don't rot. So I would assume that may be the problem. I checked them this morning, and not one onion has sprouted, not one. I was looking forward to some big green onions this fall. They're candy onions, by the way. And I started them here from seed. I'm not going to go through the whole story. They got up pretty good sized little onions. I let them dry out. I harvested them, trimmed them, put them in a basket, took them in there and left them for weeks in the house. And they dried, and I thought they was cured enough. And I thought, well, I need to clean them old tomatoes out of that raised bed. And I thought, let's go ahead and plant these onions and have some onions this fall. And I'm beginning to think I'm not going to have any onions this fall. You tell me what you think. What am I doing wrong? Should I put them in the refrigerator and leave them and let them go through a week or two or a month or two of cold? If you let them go a month or two, you're going to be in winter or right at it anyway. So I'm going to let them go through some cold cycles, but they're going to do it outside and they're going to do it on their own. So I've watered them and everything. They probably need a little water right now. I don't know. I think I'll just leave them alone. Let nature take its course. If you water them too much, they could rot. If you don't water them enough, they'll dry out and hold there. I'm not worried about it one way or the other. But I was hoping to have some onions. Because I don't know where you could go buy an onion set this time of year. People, they don't do that. I mean, they don't hold them this time of year and sell them, I don't imagine. Not around here anyway. But now, just like I said, saving your seeds is a pretty good idea, and it's not complicated at all. Yeah, these are in good shape, but they need to dry. I'm going to let them dry out and cure out, because a lot of these are still, you can tell they're still loaded with moisture. I'll leave these on the back porch and let them dry out, because I pulled every one of them. I think they might be one or two left. I pulled every one of them. Most of them had blowed over. That's the only bad thing. Those stalks on these right here, they don't get very big. And once they get 7 or 8 foot tall, it don't take, especially if you start leaving those on there to get big like this. Them things puts weight on there. You take 10 or 12 of them hanging up there, and it'll just weigh that little stalk over, break them over. I finally broke down and mowed the grass today. It needed it. I've got to get the bush hog hooked up. I didn't bush hog last year, and I'm not bush hog this year. But I plan on doing that. Getting some of these weeds and saplings that's trying to grow knocked down. I might just let it grow. I kind of like in the woods. I figured, well, I can't move to the woods no closer, but I can let the woods grow up around me. Don't know if that's a good idea or not. Might be a fire hazard. Weather's breaky. I noticed today the leaves, you can look at the trees and you can tell, of course, my goodness, it's time for them to start, isn't it? But a lot of the leaves is coming down, falling. PawPaws, about every one of them's fell off and gone. I come out here and think of a PawPaw. I'm going to see if I can't find me one. There's surely one more laying around here somewhere. The big ones is gone. I'm sure. I don't see any. I'll look right over here around this big tree. I might be able to shake one off. I don't know. We'll see in about a half a second here. We'll give it a little quick shake. That ain't good. And they're gone. No PawPaws there. I see 2 or 3 big ones over here. Let me see if I can't knock them out. I'll shake them out if I can. There's one, but the piss ain't. You probably got it. Only bad thing about shaking them, when you shake them, you kind of, yeah, I shook 2 or 3 out. If I can find them. Where'd you go? Where'd you go, PawPaw? Huh. They get to hit the ground and disappear. There it is. Over here. Over here, boy. I tell you what, it's not going to be too many more times that a person can come out and get him one here. PawPaw here or there. That one's been laying on the ground a while, I believe. Pull that off. Good. That one would probably been better left on there. It's all right. It ain't dead right. That one could stay down there a day or two. This would be the same way. Yeah. It's funny. The trees, the fruit that grows on this tree versus this one right over here or the next one beside it, they don't taste exactly the same. They taste different. It don't take many trees to do what I do. I just like to have them in season. That one was dead right. Perfect. Well, I just wanted to show you about this okra, how simple it was to save a few seeds. And, you know, this right here, 2 of these, would give you all the seeds you would unless you just growing an okra patch or something. That'll grow all the okra that you want right there, or that you would want to grow in a garden. And you can see right there, pretty good little bottom full, no more than I done, 4 or 5 little pods. And that would give you enough okra to plant for the next 3 years, probably right there. But I'd rather have too many than not enough. And that, my friend, is a fact. You know, deer season's already open. Archery, bow season. I usually don't bow hunt. I've got crossbows and compound bows, and I ain't been in years. But it's getting fall looking, kind of fall looking. Dry weather too, it's been dry. Well, I'm gonna get inside and call it another day. Speaking of PawPaws, I was looking for some, and lo and behold, right here. Let me turn the camera around here and you can see them. Right there. Right here. Here's 2 PawPaws hanging right there. See them? Right here. Right there. And they just fell off. They just hit the ground. They did. Yes, sir. I'm gonna leave these laying here on the table. See if they're there tomorrow. All right, that'll be it.